Jenkin with the Surfrider Foundation. And Surfrider Foundation in 2001, in partnership with the Santa Barbara Channel Keeper, organized the Stream Team program. Stream Team is a volunteer water quality monitoring program. As Andre said earlier, there's 15 sites throughout the watershed that are monitored monthly. And the key here really is that it provides an opportunity for us locals to actually get out in the river and learn what's going on and learn about some of the ecological implications of water quality and how our watershed is faring. And I know I've learned an awful lot over the last 10 or 15 years associated with the Ventura River. There's a multitude of issues, and really the reason we're here today is to show you our mighty Ventura River and imagine a different vision for the future out here. Obviously, right now the water level is very low. Most of the water right now here is coming from upstream from Foster Park and above up in Ojai, and also from the Ojai Sanitary District wastewater treatment facility, which is just below Foster Park. If you drive up 33, you can see it on the left there. So, just my guess is right now, probably a third to a half of the water that's flowing past us is coming out of that wastewater treatment plant upstream. And it's pretty well treated, but anybody know what generally wastewater treatment or agriculture, what they have in their discharges that gets in the water? Nitrates or nutrients. And when you get a lot of excess nutrients in the river, it tends to fuel algae growth and other aquatic plant life that can then begin to hinder the dissolved oxygen levels within the water. When the plants are respirating through photosynthesis, they're putting oxygen into the water. Then at nighttime, all that can be depressed. So one of the things in recent years that Andre and others have been doing, myself included, is getting up at 4:30 in the morning before daylight and coming out to these sites and sampling for dissolved oxygen. Because if you sample before dawn, before the light hits it, you're getting the low for the day. And then as the light starts hitting it, those plants respirate, and then you get a high for the day. And it's that difference in dissolved oxygen and that low level that is the most concern. What happens when dissolved oxygen levels go low?
Plants can't breathe.
Things die. Things that breathe water. Breathe water. What breathes water? Fish. So fish have gills. They take that water in through their gills, and they're able to extract that dissolved oxygen, and that's how they breathe. If there's no dissolved oxygen, you got fish going belly up. So because there's now regulations concerning algae on the river and nutrients, there's new regulations that are going to be coming along. There's also listing for impairment for trash, specifically right here in the Ventura River estuary area. And the fact that the river's flowing really low right now makes it really easy to come in and start to set up camp and build houses and everything else. But the thing to remember is that these rivers have tremendous energy when we get those floods.
Yeah.
And so while we have maybe 15 cubic feet per second in the river today, when you get a 20-year flood, it's about 26,000 cubic feet per second coming under this bridge, which that's probably up 20 feet above us. And then the 100-year flood event is 60,000. 60,000 cubic feet per second is from the levee all the way through the RV park on the other side and all the way straight out to the Pacific Ocean. And you guys might remember in 1994 we actually had RVs flushed out onto the beach because the water went over the field over here through the RV park and flushed out onto the beach. So keeping that in mind, we have this very interesting climate here. We have very dry seasons and then extreme wet episodes. And we have to be able to plan for that as we manage our rivers and our watersheds. So that's the big picture. We're going to look at the water here a little bit. Andre's got some instruments and we're going to do a little scientific training here. So we have a volunteer who would like like to play with some of these toys?
This one right here.
Right there.
Go on there.
He runs.
You want to do.
Anybody else? We got some fun things to play with here.